stock prices in Excel? You might think it is impossible or really complicated. But what if I told you there is a simple formula that pulls historical stock prices for you automatically in just few seconds? My name is Kailash, and in this video, we are going to explore the stock history formula in Excel. We will learn what this formula is, how it works, how to create a trend report and summary report using it. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe our channel, like, comment and share this video with your friends. Alright, let's get started. So what is a stock history formula? Stock history formula in Excel lets you pull historical stock prices directly into Excel. So you do not have to go to stock exchange sites or some websites or so. It will directly pull the data from its data source, right? And what it requires, bare minimum, it needs two information. One is the name of the company, like for example, for Microsoft, it is MSFT. It is also called as ticker symbol. Okay, so it needs a ticker symbol and then a start date. So if you want to get the stock prices as on, let's say, 1st January, then that would be the date. So just two information and you get it. So let's start with a very simple formula. So here I have the ticker name. This is for Apple. And we want to know the stock price, maybe the yesterday or today's. So how we will do it? We'll write equals to start the formula, and then stock history, right? This is the name of the formula. And as you see, it has got many parameters, but we'll first see the bare minimum. So it needs the name of the stock, as I said, not the full company name. It is the ticker name, the small name. And then the start date. Start date, I will put today using formula, right? And end date and any other thing I will not give. And you can see it here also. When there is a bracket, square bracket is mentioned, that means it is optional. Means even if you leave, it will work, right? So closing bracket, and you see it is giving a value error. You know why? Maybe because we are trying to get today's stock price. It might not be updated yet. So let's make it to -3, 3 days before today, right? So 23rd May, right? You see it is able to bring two information. First is which date it has got and the closing amount. Now let's try to explore it a little more, what all options it has got. So first we talked about start date, and let's say start date, instead of today, I will say something 1st January. So I'll put some date here, 1st Jan 25. And this formula, I will connect start date is this and end date maybe today. Anyway, there will not be any data for today. So here it has got starting from 2nd January, it was able to pull the data. Now, next question might be that from where it is pulling the data, right? So there are multiple stock exchanges available in the world, right? So how it actually pulls the data? As per Microsoft documentation, it has got many stock exchanges integration. As you see, it has got many countries which are mentioned here, right? So it picks it from here. Now, what happens is every ticker symbol has also a default name, default stock exchange from where it is pulling. And here it is not coming out well. So let's see from where it is pulling this data. For that, what I'll do is I will use this header parameter. It says 0, which is no header, then 1, show header, which is like the top we were able to see in the date and close, and then 2, if we pass, it will give you the source also. So it is trying to get this data for Apple from NASDAQ, right? If we change it back or leave it like this, it will work. Now, what it is giving is for each day it is giving it, and it has got how many rows? 98 rows, right? Now, maybe we did not want to go by date. Instead, we wanted to go by week. I wanted to see the weekly data. So what I'll do, I will say that I need weekly data, which is one parameter. As you see, 0, 1, 2. 0 is default, and I can put it as 1. I will get the weekly data now, right? And if I change it to 2, what I'll get? I'll get monthly data, right? So easy, right? Now, why it is only giving just two information, which is date and close? So that is the return, what it is going to bring. So let's see that also. So there are 6 information it can bring: date, close, open, high, low, volume. And let's try to bring everything: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 6 columns I want. So here you see, it is able to bring all the information. So date followed by the closing amount, opening, high, low, and volume. Majorly people use this. That's why it's their default return. So when you don't supply anything, you get date and close. Now we understand the basic concept of how this is working. So let's go into little deeper where we will try to bring data for multiple ticker names or multiple stocks. So here I have few names which are mentioned. As you can see, there are around 17 names which are there. And let's say I wanted to get their weekly trend from 1st Jan. So how will I do it? First of all, I need to give a start date. I will put it here for my reference that I want it from 1st Jan 25. And let me try to bring it here. Equals to stock history. Stock name is this. Start date is this. And end date is today, right? Okay. But what it has done is it has brought in like this, right? Now that will not help me because I wanted to do it row by row. So, and also it is bringing day wise. So let's change it to weekly first. So interval would be 1. Started getting weekly. And what I'll do is I'll use a transpose function. I'll use transpose. This will convert my data from row to columns, right? It has brought in like this, fairly good. And now we need more, but it is still not the place where we wanted, right? So let me move it little up. So it was supposed to be here, right? Great. And next we will do it the same way, but we don't want to repeat the date again and again. So this time we'll write a formula so that it will only give me the close value and not the date this time. Okay. So stock history, stock, start date, end date today, weekly, and headers. Yes, headers we need it, 1. And which column? Do you want date? No, we don't want date. We want the close, which is 1. Okay. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got it, but we need to add a transpose. Transpose. Hit enter. Yes, we got it, right? Now what we'll do is simply copy paste this formula. Oh, didn't work. You know why? Because of this start date getting changed. So we have to fix this start date, which is into B1, which is here. Okay, I'll press F4. Now I'll drag. Let's see, it works. Yes, so it is trying to bring the details, right? Okay, so let's see the trend. We will put a trend also using Sparkline. So we'll go to insert and here line data range. We will say from here till here, hit enter. Yes, And maybe we want to highlight the high and low point as well. Okay. Copy paste this like this. Right. Okay. If there is a need, you can change the color, and other options are also available that you can do, but we are good with this. Maybe the header, the colors are not that great. So let me just make it like this. Yes. So we will put the same header. Okay. Right. Looks good, right? Where in one place you are able to track 17 stocks, and if there is a need, just press F9, it will do recalculations. Okay. Now we will see one more, like here we are trying to monitor multiple stock, but you wanted to just create a summary for one stock itself only. Then how you will do it? Let's have a look. So here I have created a drop down to select the ticker name and used X lookup formula to get the company name from our weekly trend sheet, right? And the start date, I have fixed it 1st January. Now, what we need to do is we just wanted to bring the summary of this particular ticker. So if I select something, I wanted the summary like this for this. So how will I do it? Simply use, again, stock history formula. We will use stock name is here, then start date is here, end date is today, and I need the weekly and nothing else, right? Okay, and the transpose, right? Transpose is required to move this to rows. Yes. Now, using this as a data source, I can create a chart, right? So I will select this data and here insert. I'll use a recommended one this time. Yeah, it is able to give me some recommendation. I think this one looks good. I will use this. Okay. Let's drag it little this side. Right. Title. What can be the title? Trend, stock trend. Stock trend. Okay. Okay. So it is able to give me that information. And if I change this, will it work? Yes, it is able to calculate and then it is able to give me the information. And let's try to see some more variation. Like, for example, you wanted to know that from 1st January till today, what was the max value or what was the lowest value? Okay, so how you can do it is, while you can connect your formula with this row also, but I will use this other way, which is again using stock history, stock name, then the start date, end date. End date would be today, and interval weekly, and header no. And do I need date? No, I just need the closing price and close, and it will again give me the array result, but I will put in on top using max. So what it will do is it will take that entire array and bring the maximum value out of it, right? As you can see, it is able to bring it the right one, and we will copy and use the same, and only difference we'll make is use, instead of max, it will be min, right? Now let's see. It's working. Yes. If I change it, I'm getting all the summary of one particular company. I hope you like this video. Follow us for more videos like this. Thank you.